Good morning, evening, dusk and dawn, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. Welcome back to a Game of Thrones Crusader Kings 3 as we're playing as House Darry. Now, first thing I want to get out of the way, very quickly, I'll try not to take too much time up. At this point in time, 2 of the 3 videos I'd pre-recorded are up. And this time I plan on recording episodes 4, 5, and 6, if we survive that long, fingers crossed. But yes, so we're in our second recording session. I hope everyone's enjoying it. Well, in fact, I say I hope everyone's enjoying it. I need to get this. I need to get this out of the way. Okay, I need to get this off my chest a little bit. Thank you all so much for the support that you guys have given me on both this video and on the last one. I have never had so many people watch the content on the channel before. I have never had so many people subscribe from one video, and I've never had so many likes on a video before. Thank you all so much. It's a little bit crazy, considering I haven't uploaded for like 2 years, and then I upload one video and suddenly a ton of people show up. Thank you for all the comments as well, people that were excited about us playing as House Darry. I was about to say Darry, my apologies. I recall someone did say they read it as House Darry in the first video. But thank you all so much for all the comments. I want to give some shout outs to a couple of people who have given me some really good feedback. The first one of which, so if we go to the first video, shout out to Patrick Lewis, who said that we should change our house motto because there is no official one in the books for House Darry, and I am all for doing that. The one the game's given them is work on. They said that our house motto should be from the plow, strength. In fact, I'm going to capitalize all of these words. But yes, Patrick Lewis, thank you very much for the comment. Thank you very much for liking the video. Thank you very much for the suggestion. Also, there were suggestions to play on a little bit of a faster speed. Obviously, we are doing that now. There we go, from the plow, strength. There was also a suggestion from Billy Chops in the first video to suggest that the next time we have a son be born to us, to name them Darramond, after the last of the 10 sons of the ancient Lord Darry. We can do that, no worries at all. No worries at all. And also shout out to Billy Chops, by the way, for on the second video, for actually giving us some lore and some history into the real House Darry. Thank you very much for that, Billy. It's very interesting and fascinating. I'm not a massive, I'll be honest with you, I'm not massive on Game of Thrones like lore and knowledge. My most that I've got is I haven't watched the. That's a lie. I've watched the first season of the TV show, and I've read the first book. That is all I know. So please do let me know about some really interesting stuff. But I want to just read out the historical knowledge that was given here by Billy. So he says that historically, the Darrys were fanatically loyal to House Targaryen. Excellent. I did the right thing. But he said that so much so that all 3 of Lord Lyman's sons died in the war. Their youngest only survived because he was forced to stay. And also Jothor, who has since retired to Dragonstone to get work. Our Jothor is he has lost an arm in this timeline, but apparently historically he died as a Kingsguard. So us pulling him away from there probably saved his life, much as he doesn't know it. But yes, so thank you all for those comments. Yeah, we will be playing on a faster speed. 2 and 3 is a good place. Yeah, thank you so much for all of that. If you're still enjoying the series, please do let me know. And please, if you haven't already, do consider subscribing. I don't normally say that, but hey, I'll say it this once. So, where are we? It's the third of second moon in the year 287. The second of the Baratheon Wars, as I'm referring to them. This one giant civil war within Westeros. If you look back on last episode, episode 3, the time it took, so the time, I can't remember what month it was. I think it was the 11th month, but I could be wrong. But if you look at the date, Robert was crowned on the 20th in 284. He was crowned on the 20th. By the 26th, a week later almost, rebellion rose up. That's why I'm considering this all part of one giant war. But yeah, so I'm going to be honest with you. I'm a little bit concerned. We got involved because, I mean, it made sense for us, right, to get involved. Sure, it's Baratheon on Baratheon. We could have sat out of this one and maybe, based on the fanatic Targaryen mindset, we probably should have stayed neutral. That's my bad. But, you know, the way I see it is, you know, at this point, things have gone differently in history. Damon is alive, and Damon saw his father killed by Robert, and then for one of Robert's own kin to rise up against them, it was an opportunity, right? Now, here's my concern. My concern currently is we're not winning the war. We've made some really good progress in these little offensives that we've been doing down here, just south of Darry. But we're not winning the war. It's minus 63 against. I very much believe that the war will be over relatively soon. And, well, let's just say that because we're an actual active participant, chances are that we're going to get arrested, I believe. That's the wrong one. This one. So my concern is that by being an active participant in this war, we're going to get arrested like our father was, we're going to have our land taken off us, and we're going to be killed. And if that happens, we lose the game, because this is our only territory now. Let's not forget this. This is our only territory. Now, could we find a way to gain some territory? Yes. Let's not also forget we did lose Spider Wood to the despicable traitors that are the Willow Wood, led by Lord Tristan. Seems that the last ruler, Willard, died a few years ago. So, let's unpause. We're on our way to marching for Worthport Port Keep. So let's do that, with the intention being to capture Camber and Wethport as well. Just capture this entire county for the war effort. Let's see how this goes. We do have a couple of prisoners I was just looking at while we were talking. Also, Willem. Is this our bastard? This is our bastard, I believe. Yes. Not a legitimate member. I'm going to just let him struggle. Hell, I'd be willing to marry him off. Well, actually... So here's the thing. Willem is a bastard, so I'm treating him as unimportant. Could I legitimize? So, I can only legitimize him if my... if Lord Paramount Hoster actually agrees. Lord Paramount Hoster and I are not on good terms. Wife died. Looks like that was before the game start, though. Try and sway him. So I'm wondering if do we care for our son? Our son clearly cares for us. And I wonder, you know, if he's ambitious. I wonder if we can get Hoster on our side. If we can just legitimize him, then maybe Willem Rivers can avenge us. Because at the minute, it's our daughter, Simona Darry. She is set to rule in our Arseng. She was only born very recently. Yeah, she was born mid last year, so she'll be a year old soon. Let's unpause and consider our options. My big concern is that we're going to get arrested for being a rebel, and we're going to be killed and lose the game. If that happens, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm really enjoying this playthrough, and other people clearly are, so I don't really want it to end that soon. But I'm sure we can see what we can do. I'm thinking of also ransoming these people off. So Master Alfado, he's the master of Lolly's town. I believe is, yeah, we took him from here. I'm assuming we've just captured your 2 children. Let's ransom them off. We'll get 40 gold. I'm going to invest that immediately in the war effort. By getting some more trebuchets. What are the rebels and the loyalists doing? So yeah, the loyalists are just marching, and King Robert is leading the charge. A couple more battles and we lose, unfortunately. Unless somehow we storm into the Red Keep and capture Robert, but I don't think we can, because he's leading an army. Even that wouldn't be possible. We have a learning focus ready. We're going down the theologian thing, Realm Priest opinion, or Vert Faith in County. Don't need that so much. Let's go for Church and State. Keep all the religious people very happy with us. But yeah, we are a religious type. Let's have a look at our patron. We're following the Crone currently, which is fine. I don't think we need a different one. I think that's perfectly okay. Getting that learning up. Good. We're married to Lady Perra. If you recall, Lady Perra tried to flirt and sleep with our father, Lord Lyman. He thankfully declined, and I've just spotted it. We're at minus 100. We are at minus 100. So it would appear the war is going to come to an end rather soon. I mean, I for one am pleased by the idea of actually having some peace in Westeros and not focusing on war for a change. Obviously, Renly is going to be deposed. Who in favor of Baratheon himself? He's going to have to give it up. I keep saying Baratheon. They're all Baratheon. Let's see what happens when this war ends. Okay, so revolt against King Robert has ended. assuming nothing else kicks off, we can finally say that the Baratheon wars are over. We lost the war led by Lord Renly of the Stormlands against King Robert of the Iron Throne. Lord Paramount Renly of the Stormlands revolt fails, resulting in the rebels' original sentence coming to pass. So Renly's been deposed. Gained the trait Black Brother. He's been forced to take the black. Everyone else has actually been unharmed. Let's disband our forces, and we're not in prison. Dare I say, we made it out unscathed. We do have an alliance with you. You hold one of our pieces of territory. If anything ever happens between us and Willowwood, then we should definitely be taking that back. But for the moment, not going to declare war on Lord Paramount Hoster. What would I even... Independence. So let's assume that we will be able to get him done. Let's have Granna here, Granna Terek. She's a warring star. Faith. Sector of the Faith of the Seven formed by the most extreme members of the Faith Militant, which holds that incest, especially that conducted by the Valerians, is an unholy abomination among many other sinful acts. Seek to purge these evils with fire and... Hold on, what is... Sounds awesome. I can't... I'm willing to even have Willem convert his faith, to be honest with you. That sounds awesome. But actually, having said that, well, so we're going down a theology focus. We're a very holy man. We are indeed a wise man, let it be said. We're a mastermind philosopher. This is still a like, it's not heretical, it's righteous. Which means that it's perfectly okay. It's just a slightly more extreme version, right? It looks like there are a few places that do believe in Warring Star. Yeah, convert his faith. We could ourselves convert to this faith. It wouldn't cost too much. Some of our vassals will convert, some of them wouldn't. Handable. But no, I say convert our son to... Cool. So the wars are over, hopefully for forever. Well, not forever, but hopefully for the time being. We can finally say that the civil war that started in 282, 5 years ago, could finally be dead in the water and gone. Robert is very much in charge of the Iron Throne. He is leading, and that is all there is to be said about it. Okay. Heck. So who rules Stormlands currently? Is it... It's also Robert. He have to give that away, probably. Pause. Alright, let's speed the game up a tad. And let's go back to focusing on Darry and Trident's Mouth as a whole. One thing we do know is that the ruler here of Saltpans and Marstone is a cannibal. We found this out. We have a strong hook. We blackmailed them. If we wanted to, could take some land off of him. Thinking Marstone would be. It's richer of the two. It does have a construction slowdown, but that's not an issue. It would give us less armed forces than the other. I think money. I think money is the way to go at present. Once our military rebuilds itself, we'll making fine money. But yeah, I just think Marstone would be. Now, the only downside is if we try to revoke, we could revoke Hearthstone. Now, he would say yes without the hook. He's terrified of me. Interesting. But this would be seen as an act of tyranny. Now, all my subjects would lose 20 opinion of me. My subjects aren't massive aren't massive fans of me anyway. That probably wouldn't be best. Let's unpause and let's consider our options. What is this? What is this? Another. It actually looks like it's just the Iron Isles. This could just be the Greyjoy Rebellion. I see no reason to get involved. Stay neutral. Don't even bother. Yeah, it looks like the Greyjoys are just getting uppity. Don't bother me. Let the Iron Islands suffer. Not declaring war on King Robert. However, having said that, I am now independent. Which means I can just legitimize him. She will lose opinion of me. He will get opinion of me. He will lose the name Rivers. He will then be Darry. I mean, I will always probably refer to him as Willem Rivers, just because that's who he is. Yeah, do we do it? If we legitimize him, he'll become our heir. Now, he is in education. He's being educated by Branna, who is educating him in the ways of let's go in the ways of stewardship. Just have good stewardship and intrigue. Yeah, I say let's legitimize him. I think Willem Rivers should be a rightful member of our... Willem Rivers is now my new player. I've decided my son and heir Willem be my legitimate child and a member of House Darry. It's taken me a lot of thought to arrive at this conclusion. While some might disagree, the right thing to do. Your future is bright, Willem Rivers. I'm still going to call him Willem Rivers, but but yeah, so I just feel like it was the right thing to do. We're going to take a much more of a family focus, I think. Speaking of, all of my siblings Married, yes. My father, of course, dead. How is... Yeah, I have to call the other one Willem Rivers because we already have a Willem Darry. He is working in... Chamber? Pointside? I'm gonna keep a pin on my uncle. What's he up to, you know? He's located in Pointside. So he's over here now. More than likely working under Lord Laren. Lord Laren Hardy. Good for him. I'm sure if we invited him home, he'd probably say yes. But what work would I have for him? Is the real... Would I wish to put him on the count? He'd make a better admiral than my brother. My brother is already a knight for me, so it would make no sense to... Oh wait, no way. So Granna Terrick, who's educating our son, is actually my aunt. I didn't even realize. Well, if she's already over here, come home. You and your one leg. I think I said one arm earlier. No, he lost a leg, not an arm. My apologies. You come home, uncle. The war's over. There he is. Got a job waiting for. Willem Darry, our uncle. Working as the Admiral of Trident's Point, which arguably is a very important position. You know, Trident's Point. Trident's Mouth. Sorry, it feeds in from the Bay of Crabs into the Trident River. That's part of the Riverlands. Very important role. We should look at doing some expansion of the things as well. I'm thinking that we definitely want yeah, I definitely think we want beekeepers. Then maybe we just go for like farms and fields. To be honest. Also working as one of our knights. Never really put the sword down, did he? When did he marry Granna? He married Granna... Ah, so he would have married her during the time of our first character. He's also good friends with Lady Para, our wife. That's good. Our wife and Dutch. Jonathor died a King's Guard, but only recently, only this year. So he did still die in the King's Guard, but he died in a different context. And there we go. Yeah, the Iron Isles. The Iron Islands have had their little uprising quashed. So we're finally back under Paramount Hoster, Lord Paramount. Now, if I were to reveal your secret, is cannibalism a crime? I assume it's a crime, right? it's difficult because I'd be delighted if son and heir Willem could visit my court in Stonehenge, meet his peers. Southstone. Where is this Stonehenge? Sure. You are hereby invited to the grand tourney at the. I do have some prowess. There we go. Gain some prestige. People know of me. Did I also see that there'd been... Oh, this one's an actual, like, revolt, not a grand war. Okay, that's fine. So... Peace finally prevails in Westeros. That's good. Tourney of the Twins. Here we go. When at last I reach the tourney grounds, I spare a moment to take in the sights and sounds. It seems that all and sundry of the realm's nobility have come, their pennants and banners fluttering in the breeze, their shields and heraldry proudly displayed. There is glory to be won here. The blast of a trumpet proclaims the imminent start of the qualification rounds. I spur my mount towards the list. For glory. Do I win? Do I do well at all? Doesn't matter if not, but hey, look, there's peace in the land, we're at a tournament, it's all going well. We got beneficial deal. Thank you. My courage and training have seen me through the preliminary rounds, and I take my place among the most, puissant? I don't know what that word means. Warriors of the realm. The realm. The roar of the crowd thunders in my ears, and I can barely hear the trumpets heralding the start of the final round. No, yeah, sure. Let's watch all of them. So we have Lord Damon of Deadsteady against myself. I think. Yeah, me. Roar of the crowd is tinged with excitement, anticipation, and a unmistakable touch of blood. No, let's just go for it. We're not a betting man. Hooves thunder down the lists, and I take aim at my opponent, but I am slower to the mark. The weight of the mountain slams into my chest, shattering my vision into 1,000 fragmentary shards. Not ideal. The impact is far too much to withstand. I feel the wind as I hurtle through the air, only for a second impact to crush the air from my lungs. There is pain. So much pain. Lord Damon has prevailed against Lord Damon. That's a... Yep. Lord Damon. You are of the Warring Star. Fine fellow. It was a thrilling tilt. The Herald announced the next tilt. Jeremy and Lord Damon. Let's have a look. I'm gonna put a bet on Sir Jeremy Frey. That's a lot of money. Damn it. I lost my money. No, it's fine. Let's see, who's next? Ottomore versus Madden. And Madden wins. Jason versus Romand. And Lord Jason wins. Walder and William? Walder. He holds no land. Ooh. This isn't the tournament at all. On the road to the holding of one of my vassals, a flash of colour amidst the forest litter catches my eye. I dismount and brush aside dull brown detritus? Yes, detritus, to uncover a 5-pointed leaf of red, as deep as any ruby. My men and I exchange an excited look. We know of only one type of tree whose leaves remain blood red while its neighbours are green and brown. Searching through dense forest, we discover the impossible. Weirwood. Long thought extinct outside the wild north. Cultivated god's wood. These trees are precious even for those who do not keep the old gods. But this is a tree among trees. Enormous, ancient, dignified. None of us have ever seen its like. I cannot imagine how it could have survived the onslaught of the Andals thousands of years ago, but in its presence I understood very well why men came to worship at the roots of their weirwood. Such majesty, such power. And it looks like Lord Willem beat Walder. Oh dear lord. Remind me the next time a tournament comes up to not watch every tourney, because I just want to know who wins. Lord Madden, me, Lucius and Jason. Ooh. I received an offer from Andrew. Lowborn, Stormlander, Faith of the... A commoner from Castle Darry. If the letter is to be believed, he is an experienced herbalist who would be willing to share his knowledge in return for reward. The offer is intriguing, but I know Septim Kendron is distrustful of charms and potions. He believes that the Lord of the Seven Hells uses them for his own nefarious... I mean, look. I'm already a wise man. So becoming a herbalist? That'd be... It would upset you, but not enough that you would... Not enough that you would be... disloyal. Yeah, let's become a herbalist. How long is this tournament? Oh dear lord. Oh my. There we go. It's finally over. Shields have been shaken, lances splintered, and good men unhorsed, all to sift the wheat from the chaff of the assembled warriors. Of all the knights and free riders who entered, only Lord Edmund remains unconquered. The small folk chant his name, while the better bred applaud in a more delightful fashion, or dignified fashion. But all and sundry let out a rapturous cheer when he is crowned champion. This is Lord Edmund Calmfort of... Calmfort? Where is this place? Ah, not far. Over here. Well, congratulations, my friend. You are a little bit wounded and bad, but was fun. Was fun. So we have cheaper. Yes, Castle Darry has cheaper building construction, which is really handy. I think probably going to want to go up to speed 4. Probably going to want to go for apiaries, beekeepers. So this is my brother, Raymond, who has had his second child. Let's just give them Rhaegar. There you go. We're gonna save Darramund for if we have another son. Which, not had a child for a little while. Pardon me, I do apologize. But yes, it feels good to not be worrying about war constantly. I mean, there's like a little rebellion happening here, and there's a little rebellion happening over there, but like, I mean like a war. Good to not have a war happening. My lord, huffs Desmond, as he marches up to me, calling my son Willem by his ear. Brother. This dratted child has been lying in wait around corners wearing a wolf skin for a costume, only to jump out screaming and scaring the living daylights out of people. Sorry, I really like that top option. This is just honestly bloody hilarious. Let's see. Oh god, I could just exile my brother. Okay. My son is scaring people for a laugh. To be honest, because he's pretty arrogant, I'd say he's a bit like, why is this my problem? I profoundly just do not care. Visions of the divine. I beckon my septon, Kendron, to join me in circles of brass orbs and candles arranged on staves throughout the dark room. The incense, cloying the air to ward off the bad vapors, makes our eyes tear up in little time. This is how, through the corner of our eyes, what the inscrutable form of a. However, Kendron soon takes pause. It was wrong. Divine beings, not meant for mortal eyes to see. My intentions are pure, I assure you. Is persuaded. Good Lord Paramount. While hosting lords and ladies from realms near and far, some opportunities to portray my liege, Lord Paramount Hoster, in a good light have presented themselves. My lord, pray tell, who is the most gallant person you have heard of? Oh, well, I'm arrogant, so I would say me. And I would lose some stress. And it's what my character would go, well, me, of course. He's a pious man, but he's not free of arrogance. Let it be known. Claire Warren, Lord Jason. For my uncle has a claim to the High Lordship of the Cape of Eden. That is very interesting. Norwin, a hedge knight, has arrived at my court. He has requested permission to stay at my keep for a short while before he resumes his travels. In return, he has offered me service for the duration of his stay. The hedge knight has no traits. As the event progresses, they will gain traits. Okay, Sir Norwin. I tasked Norwin with a rather simple matter, overseeing some of my small folk while they completed some manual labour I had levied for them. Norwin did indeed oversee them, but with a heavier hand than might have been necessary. So he is wrathful and callous. Norman has spent the day training in the courtyard, sparring with a few of my household guards. Seems he knows how to wield a blade. Skilled fighter. Norwin and Master Otho have spent the day in deep conversation with one, discussing the finer points of strategy and analysing battle. Seems Norwin is quite the tactician. Libertarian. Time has come at last for Norwin to return to the hedges from whence he came. Before leaving, he comes before you and offers Sincere thanks for your hospitality. Asking if he can be of any further service. Hard. I mean, him being a skilled fighter. I mean, the prowess thing, base of 0, feels wrong. I mean, surely he should have a base, not 0. But he's also a military engineer. He's a logistician. And he's a skilled fighter and a knight. He can be a knight. For definite, he can be a knight. That last thing we'll do today is... Actually, I won't force him to be a knight, but... I will definitely use him as commander should we need to see. But, looking at the time, I'm going to have to put a cut in here. So, I thank you all for watching this episode 4 of Crusader Kings 3, A Game of Thrones, as House Darry. The Baratheon Wars have finally ended. After 5 years of constant conflict, the wars are over. We've even managed to go another 2 years after that. So, I hope you've all enjoyed. We fought a tournament, we lost, but that's okay. We found a hedge knight, it was pretty cool. We found a weirwood. How cool is that? I'm sure that good old Lord Damon here will have much more to do. And we legitimized our bastard son, Willem Rivers. So, can't wait to see people's reactions to that in the comments and how I've done a horrible wrong thing. But thank you all so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. If you have, please do consider giving it a like. And do subscribe. Like I said, I'm only going to do this once. I don't normally ask people to subscribe. It feels a bit forward. But yes, thank you for all the support in the past episodes, and I look forward to seeing how you guys react to this one as well. I have been Squid, you have been you, this has been Game of Thrones, Crusader Kings 3, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye for now.